Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, accompanied by Chief of Army Staff General Manoj Pandey, met with the family members of the Armed Forces personnel who lost their lives in the tragic Tupul landslide tragedy in Manipur. He paid respects to the Jawans and felicitated the Veer Naris. He said the nation will forever remain indebted to their service and sacrifice, and the Defence Ministry firmly stands by their families. Earlier, Rajnath Singh was accorded a warm welcome by Chief Minister N. Biren Singh and his colleagues upon his arrival at Imphal International Airport. A two-day-long regional conference on bringing citizens and government closer through administrative reforms began in Itanagar, Arunachal Pradesh today. Union Minister of State Dr. Jitendra Singh inaugurated the conference. Chief Minister Pema Khandu, Deputy Chief Minister Chona Main, along with other dignitaries were also present on the occasion. The conference focuses on reforms in governance, public grievance redressal and e-office in Northeast states. An MOU has been signed between Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances and Government of Arunachal Pradesh regarding capacity building initiatives at the conference. During the occasion, Dr. Jitendra Singh said several initiatives have been taken under the Narendra Modi-led government to boost rail services, air connectivity and road transportation in the Northeast. Chief Minister Khandu also shared his vision during the occasion.
India as a whole would not progress simply on the strength of the West. And I think without being modest, I can say we have walked the talk. When we came here in 2014, Northeast was in news only for violence, for encounters, for all the wrong reasons. And the state of affairs was such that for months together the roads would remain blocked, air connectivity was lacking. Even a state like Arunachal Pradesh, people had never seen a train. But if you look back 8 years, it's difficult to imagine that that was the state of affairs. A huge transformation has happened. And in fact, the Northeast development model or the transformation model is now being cited in other parts of the country.
In a positive news for Arunachal, under the Capital Road Improvement Plan, state government completed 44.17 kilometer roads and 52.33 kilometers will be completed by March 2023. This will increase the fair riding road network from 17.74% to 43.47% in 2022 and to 53.95% next year. This was informed by Chief Minister Pema Khandu through his Twitter handle. He also said that capital sector roads in Itanagar are being overhauled to ensure ease of movement. That work is going on at a faster pace. He reiterated the state government's firm resolve to provide the best possible connectivity of road and air in every nook and corner of the state. Yet another positive development for the state. East Kameng district of Arunachal Pradesh has bagged the Scotch Gold Award in recognition of their best practices for empowering self-help groups and farm interventions taken under Atmanirbhar East Kameng initiative. They secured this award out of 1,088 entries, and this is the first ever gold from Arunachal Pradesh. In national news, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting has blocked 8 YouTube news channels, 1 Facebook account and 2 Facebook posts for spreading disinformation related to country's national security, foreign relations and public order. The YouTube channels, which have been blocked under information technology rules, include 7 Indian and 1 Pakistan-based news channels. With this action, since December 2021, the government has blocked 102 YouTube-based news channels and several other social media accounts. The ministry said the government remains committed towards ensuring an authentic, trustworthy and safe online news media environment and thwart any attempts at undermining India's sovereignty and integrity. The Department of Telecommunications has allocated spectrum to telecom operators, paving the way for launch of 5G services. Communications and Information Technology Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw said the letters for spectrum assignment were issued. He said telecom companies have already placed orders for buying telecom equipment and now will start distributing radios to the identified sites for 5G. Now moving on to news from the Northeast. In line with the Tripura government's aim to improve health and education services, Chief Minister Dr. Manik Saha today inaugurated the Trauma Center, Nutrition Rehabilitation Center and Pediatric Department at Dhalai District Hospital, Kulai in Ambassa district. The trauma center of this hospital is equipped with necessary infrastructure to provide comprehensive medical services to the patients. Further, to boost the education sector, the state government also launched the Vidya Jyoti scheme today. The education department has also taken various important initiatives in the field of education. Chief Minister Saha further inaugurated the newly constructed building of Kamalpur English Medium School at Kamalpur in Dhalai district this afternoon.
ছিলেন এবং আমরা যথাযথ সংশ্লিষ্ট যারা কর্তৃপক্ষ আছেন তারা প্রথম থেকে এটার জন্য চেষ্টা করছেন ওনার নির্দেশের পরে থেকে এবং আজকের দিনে দাঁড়িয়ে আমরা খুশি যে আজকে দেখা যাচ্ছে আমরা মানে শূন্য ফ্লোরের মধ্যে পেশেন্ট যার ফলে সমস্ত পেশেন্ট জায়গা পাচ্ছে আমাদের কাছে এখন পরিষেবা দিতেও সুবিধা হচ্ছে আমরা এই জন্য আনন্দিত
আমরা স্পেস পেয়েছি পেশেন্টগুলোকে সিটে রাখার জন্য আর কি যেমন এখন ভর্তি হচ্ছে এখানে না হলে আমরা পিছনের দিকে একটা ইউনিট এডমিশন হলে একটা ইউনিট বাদ যায় মানে এডমিশন থাকে না নন এডমিশনে ওই জায়গাতে আমরা পেশেন্টগুলোকে ওখানে নিয়ে যাই
Earlier, Tripura Chief Minister Dr. Manik Saha on Wednesday inaugurated Albert Ekka War Memorial and Jagannath Bari Park in Lichubagan area of the capital. Apart from this, they paid tributes to the brave soldiers of the country by placing wreaths at the War Memorial. The Chief Minister said, success in any endeavor can be achieved through concentration, discipline and determination, and all these qualities can be seen in the brave soldiers of the country. He further urged the youth to follow the devotion, ideals and steadfast attitude towards the work of these brave soldiers of the country. Doordarshan Kendra Guwahati will telecast the serial Swaraj Bharat Ke Swatantrata Sangram Ki Samagra Gatha in Assamese language from August 20. This is a 75-episode mega show illustrating the glorious history of India's freedom struggle from the 15th century, showcasing several aspects of Indian history, featuring lives and sacrifices of lesser-known heroes of the freedom struggle. The serial will also be on air in regional languages like Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, Marathi, Gujarati, Bengali, Odia, apart from being dubbed in English. Meanwhile, B. Narayanan, DG PIB for Northeast Region, addressed a press conference today in DDK, Guwahati.
নটা ভাষাত এইটো বস্তু আমাৰ আঞ্চলিক অনুবাদ কৰা হৈছে যেটো আমাৰ সম্প্ৰচাৰ আৰম্ভ হ'ব 20 তাৰিখৰ পৰা তামিল তেলেগু কানাড়া মালায়ালাম মাৰাঠী গুজৰাটী বেংগলী ওড়িয়া আৰু অসমীয়া ভাষাত আমি সম্প্ৰচাৰ যেটো কৰা আমি কৰিব লৈছো আমি 20 তাৰিখ প্ৰথমতে আৰম্ভ কৰিম 20 তাৰিখ হৈছে শনিবাৰ 9টাৰ পৰা 10টা 9টাৰ পৰা 10টা ৰাতি হেতু ৰিপিট হ'ব দেওবাৰে 9টাৰ পৰা 10টা ৰাতি আকৌ বুধবাৰে ৰাতিপুৱা 9:30টাৰ পৰা 10:30টা ৰাতিপুৱা বুধবাৰে আৰু শুকুৰবাৰে যাব ৰাতিপুৱা 9:30টাৰ পৰা 10:30টা
75th year after independence and we are in Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav year. So we need to explore other ways of telling a history and telling it in an interesting way. Idea behind this is twofold. One is to tell this gripping history of a country after the Europeans landed here, after Vasco da Gama landed in Calicut, in an interesting way so that we pass the baton on to the next generation. And second also, it's a way of revitalizing Doordarshan. All of us have grown up with Doordarshan and the kind of quality serials which were there, the kind of production values which were there. So this is a way of recapturing that audience again. Another is that it is not a purely fictional format. It's a docu-drama format. So you are weaving in and out. So you have a narrator, you have a fictional format where it's required, you would revert back to the documents where it's required. So it's told in an interesting way.
The 131st edition of the Durand Cup began in Kolkata on Tuesday. Today, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh arrived in Imphal to take part in the opening ceremony of Durand Cup in Khuman Lampak Sports Complex. Meanwhile, Neroka Football Club is going against Trau Football Club in today's match. The Durand Cup, which started in 1888, is the oldest football tournament in Asia. 20 teams split into 4 groups of 5 are participating in the Durand Cup this year. Kolkata, Guwahati and Imphal are hosting the tournament this time. Earlier in the day, Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh appealed to all football fans to come out in full support to play football.
Oldest tournament in the world. I urge all the football fans of the state and the public to come out in full support and let us play football. Thank you and enjoy.
In cricket, India defeated Zimbabwe by 10 wickets today in the first one-day international at Harare. It is India's second 10-wicket one-day international victory this year. Chasing a target of 190 runs, India scored 192 runs in 30.5 overs and started the series on a triumphant note. Earlier, the visitors won the toss and elected to bowl first. In Meghalaya, Minister in charge Public Health Engineering Penikton Lingdo Tongkhar informed that the department will complete 100% sanctioning of the scheme under Jal Jeevan Mission by December this year. Tongkhar said fine progress of work will happen after the monsoon season and that 50% of the work will be completed by September. The minister informed that the cost of pipes has also come down, which is good news for the local contractors who are implementing the JJM in the state. Now, before we end the news, the headlines once again. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh pays tribute to Jawans who lost their lives in Tupul tragedy in Manipur. Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh inaugurates two-day conference on governance in Itanagar. Chief Minister Khandu shares his vision. Tripura government works towards developing education system and health sector. Chief Minister inaugurates several projects. DD Assam to telecast Swaraj Bharat ke Swatantrata Sangram ke Samagra Gatha in Assamese from 20th August. And in Durand Cup football, Neroka FC goes against Trau FC. Imphal hosts opening ceremony in Khuman Lampak. And that brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.